Hello, welcome to my channel, 100 Days with Kajo. Today is day 60 of showing gratitude. We'll be showing gratitude towards hostels. Okay, so I don't think if you noticed in the last video, well, no, you did notice, but I had a blue jacket on and it made my skin look flawless. And in the black, it kind of makes me look a little dull, and you guys may not notice, but like I notice it whenever I do that. And it's funny because black is actually not in my color palette or like the colors that look good on me, and I noticing that and seeing that and then like observing it in these videos, I'm like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Like whenever I wear blue, it like brightens me up. I look amazing and I always get compliments. And when I get black, I look dull, like, oh. And then when I wear like maroons and like deep reds and purples, it looks amazing on me. That's why black is not in my color palette, which is crazy. Gray is though, but not black. So definitely revamping the closet. I always say this all the time, but it's a slow process. But I love Twilight, so like she's here to stay. But I won't buy any more like black jackets or like mostly black things, which is so funny because like I had all black for the longest and I kept saying like, oh, I'll get rid of it all through college. I'm like, and I haven't. Don't worry, I'm working on it. But anywho, let's get started. We'll be showing gratitude towards hostels. I'm gonna put my 5-minute timer on and we can get started. And just so anyone's not really understanding what I'm saying, I am grateful for hostels. If you don't know what a hostel is, I couldn't tell you the textbook definition of it either, but pretty much it's a, think of like when you go camping as a kid and like they have like all the kids in like bunks or something, like that's pretty much what a hostel is, right? But it's like for travelers, it's super cheap. You have to clean after yourself, like communal showers. Like, well, no, not all. Some like do have like showers for yourself, but like everyone does use the same bathrooms. But they're amazing. There are, of course, some that are very sketchy and disgusting and crazy, and others that are just beautiful and you're just so excited to go in. So I want to show gratitude towards hostels because I went to my first hostel in Chicago. I know, crazy, but I saved so much money going to a hostel, and then I got to meet amazing people. Everybody was up and out like early in the morning and then late at night. Like no one was really staying there, and like everyone kept to themselves, and like you can like get a locker and put your stuff away. Luckily for me, I drove with a car, so like anything I didn't want to leave overnight, I'll just like leave like in my car, which honestly sounds worse, but you know, it was a safe street. Like where we were was a safe area too, and not too far from downtown. I mean, we weren't too far from downtown, but the traffic can always make it feel far. And when I was in there, it's very homey, and the one I had was owned by, well, no, the host that was there, he was like East Asian, and so like of course like no shoes in the house, and like I love that, so I was like, thank you. And like very organized, and I'm super grateful that I found it because I was able to go to Chicago Fashion Week, enjoy it, like splurge money on other things versus like where I'm just sleeping, because I kid you not, I was not there all day. Like I was out and about into the world. It was so much fun. I'm so grateful for hostels being everywhere, because after going to the one in Chicago, I went to the one in LA when I booked my first job in LA. I was looking for a place to stay, and I was like looking at these prices. I was like, there's no way I can do this. And I found a hostel, and for 3 nights, it was 2 days, 3 nights. Or was it 3 days, 4 nights? Whatever. The total cost was $98. Everywhere else, it would be $100 per night. Overall, I got $98, and I was like, that is actually amazing. I saved so much money, and I'm so grateful for that. And whenever I go to hostels, I meet amazing people. When I was in LA, the hostel I stayed at, it was on Hollywood Boulevard, and we weren't like super close to this. Like, no, I think the stars are right in front of us, but like not the important ones. Sorry. And like when you go out into the night, there's like so much people, so much things going on, and it's like if you wanted to like go around and like travel by yourself or like walk around, you could. I was there for a job. Whenever I got back to the hostel, I was like super tired. I was like, I can't do that, and I didn't want to go by myself. But anywho, I met amazing people at my hostel. I met this one girl named Elizabeth. She's from Indonesia. We like text like once or twice like since we had met, and she's super nice, amazing. And she's like, if you ever want to come to Indonesia, like let me know. Like, girl, you got it. I met this other girl from Australia. I think, oh my goodness, it sucks because I'm like, was it Georgia or just Georgia? I think it's Georgia. I could be wrong, but I love her. She's amazing. She traveled from Australia, and then she was like doing an accounting job, just like like I was, and she was like taking a break, and she traveled up to Canada, I almost said Chicago, to Canada to be a ski instructor. Isn't that amazing? And there's this other guy from New Zealand, and he was like traveling around, and like then the day he was leaving, we were like chit-chatting. He said like he's going to Japan and he's staying with a friend, and he's gonna be there for like 3 months, and like his friend doesn't speak any English, but he's like, it's all love. Like, we have technology to communicate with each other. I'm like, that is freaking amazing. And I'm so grateful for having experiences at hostels, because it exposes me to people and experiences that I would not get in my hometown. Like, people who like are seeking for permanent residence. I met some guy who was from Germany, and he was just going everywhere, and I was like, this is absolutely amazing. Another girl from the Philippines, and it lets me know that there is more than one choice. There's more than one way for the life that I want to live, and it made me more excited to see the world. And not that I didn't want to see it before, but I think it's a lot harder when you're like here and everyone's like focused on staying here and only going around for vacations, not really like to be exposed to the culture and like submerged in it. And it truly makes me so excited for life, and I'm so grateful that I'm comfortable with hostels. It was way out of my comfort zone, and I'm glad that I experimented with Chicago first because it was on my terms. And then when I went to LA for a job, that it was like, oh, okay, like I'm a pro to this. I'm not new to this, and I feel more relaxed, and I know the protocols and like how to keep my things safe. And I even have a lot. Okay, timer went off, but obviously it didn't make a sound. I'm using my iPad again, but I'm telling you guys, hostels are amazing. If you are nervous, like maybe try to go to your first one with a friend or a family member, and then like you don't even have to go too far. I literally went to one in Chicago. I drove from Kentucky, which was 5 hours, to Chicago, stayed at a hostel. Amazing. And it was a mixed dormitory, so like if you have like any like type of restrictions like that, like where you don't want to do that, then obviously like I think it will cost more if you wanted like an all women's or all men's thing, which is fine too. It's there, but it is absolutely amazing, and I love it, and I'm so grateful for it. But let me stop talking. I'm well over time. Like, comment, subscribe, comment below what you're grateful for regarding hostels, and tell me about your experiences at hostels, or like what's the best hostel you've been to and what country it's in. Like, just talk about it in the comments. I'd love to see it. But I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.